Happy morning to all. Welcome to this English online session. Today we are going to learn the second part of Unit 2 Prose, I Can't Climb Trees Anymore, written by the Indian author Ruskin Bond. Dear children, yesterday we saw the remembrance of the narrator about the music of the piano, the chiming of a grandfather's clock, the twitter of budgerigars, and his grandfather cracking up the old car. Shall we continue the lesson? I used to climb the jackfruit tree, he said. He refers to whom? The narrator or the visitor or the man. Here anyone we can sense that. He said, so he asked, opening his eyes, I used to climb the jackfruit tree. Do you want to climb it again? My parents won't mind, said the girl. No, not after climbing the garden wall. Let's just sit here for a few minutes and talk. I mentioned the jackfruit tree because it was my favorite place. Do you see that thick branch stretching out over the roof? Halfway along it, there's a small hollow in which I used to keep some of my treasures. So here, the jackfruit tree was the favorite place of the narrator. There was a thick branch over the roof of the house. It had a small hollow in it. Small hollow. Hollow means cavity. It's empty space. As a boy, the narrator used to keep his treasures in it. See next passage. What kind of treasures? Asked the girl. Oh, nothing very valuable. Marbles I had one. A book I was not supposed to read. A few old coins I had collected. Things came and went. I was a bit of a crow, collecting bright things and putting them away. So here, next, whatever that is he had one. What are the things he kept? The narrator kept inside that hollow. The marbles he had one. The book he was banned from reading, and the old coins he had collected were the treasures. He kept them in the small hollow of the jackfruit tree. Next one, there was my grandfather's iron cross. Well, not my grandfather's exactly, because he was British, and the iron cross was a German decoration awarded for bravery during the war, the First World War. When my grandfather fought in France, he got it from a German soldier. So the narrator's grandfather gifted him an iron cross. He had an iron cross gifted by his grandfather. Actually, the German decoration means medal given as an honor. The German decoration was awarded for bravery during the First World War, when the narrator's grandfather fought in France. He got it from a German soldier. Next one. Do you still have it? Asked the girl. No, he said, looking her in the eyes. I left it in the jackfruit tree. You left it in the tree? Yes, I was so excited at the time, packing and saying goodbye to people and thinking about the ship I was going to sail, on that I simply forgot all about it. So that means on the day, so he kept, what are the things he kept inside that hole, inside that cavity, that is a hollow of the jackfruit tree? The marbles, a book, the old coins, a few old coins, along with that, and iron cross. So on the day, the marbles, whatever things he kept inside that jackfruit tree, after that, the narrator was packing things. He was saying goodbye to people before his voyage. Voyage means a journey. He was so excited that he forgot to take the iron cross. So he kept it there. He forgot to take it. See next one. She quietly said, it may still be there in the hollow part of the branch. Yes, he said, it's 25 years, but it may be still there, unless someone else found it. Would you like to go and look? Asked the girl. I can't climb trees anymore. So listen, children. Here this is the title of this lesson. I can't climb trees anymore. So what's the meaning? He was not able to climb the trees in spite of his age. Next day, if you can't, I will go and see. You just sit here and wait for me, said the girl. Then after some time, she cried. The little girl cried, I have found it. I have found it. Found it something. And now, barefoot, she ran breathlessly towards him, in her outstretched hand a rusty old medal. He took it from her and turned it over on his palm. Is it the Iron Cross? She asked eagerly. Yes, he said, this is it. Now I know why you came. You wanted to see if it was still in the tree, remarked the girl. You may be right. I am not really sure why I came, but you can keep the cross. You found it after all. So what's the meaning? Listen. The girl climbed the jackfruit tree. She found the iron cross in the hollow and took it. She ran breathlessly to the narrator and gave it to him. The narrator turned it over on his palm. Then he said that the girl could keep the iron cross because she had found it. See next passage. No, you keep it. It's yours, said the girl. But it could have remained in the tree for another 25 years if you hadn't climbed up to look for it. The author said. But if you had not come back again, said the girl, on the right day, at the right time, and with the right person, he said, getting up and placing the medal in her hands. It was not the cross I came for, it was my youth. So he said that he did not come for the iron cross. He came there looking for his youth. See next one. She didn't understand that, but she walked with him to the gate and waited. Where the road turned, he looked back and waved to her. Then he quickened his steps and moved briskly towards the bus stop. There was sprightliness in his step, and something cried aloud in his heart. So, listen children, here, having noticed one line given, on the right day, at the right time, and with the right person. What does the author imply? Here, the narrator feels that it was the right day, at the right time, and with the right person here. That implies what? Right day and right time. That refers, that is the time when their parents, that is little girl's parents, are not there. Suppose if they are present means he was unable to go inside the house. So it was right time, right day. And with right person here refers to whom? The little girl. So everything is possible on that day, right time, and also with that right person. So let's see the meaning of that next passage. So the girl didn't understand because she is too young to understand the feeling of the visitor. What does he say? It was not the cross I came for, it was my youth. So he came there not only for his iron cross. He was, that is, searching his youth. He recollected his memories, childhood memories. So here, she didn't understand that, but she walked with him to the gate and waited. The little girl walked with him to the gate and waited there. Where the road turned, he looked back and waved to her. The narrator looked backside and said goodbye to her. Then he quickened his steps. That means he walked briskly and fastly towards the bus stop. There was sprightliness in his step. Sprightliness means lively and full of energy because his desire is satisfied. So with lively and full of energy, full of stamina, he walked fast and something cried aloud in his heart. That means something he feels very happy. Next, the mango-scented summer breeze made the blood course in his veins, and he forgot for a moment that he couldn't climb trees anymore. By this line, the lesson ended. So what is the meaning of this passage? At the bus stop, the visitor or the narrator remembered that the summer breeze means gentle wind. The summer breeze which carries the scent of mango from the scent means sweet smell. The scent of mango from the mango tree makes the blood course in his veins. Veins means blood vessels. So on the smelling that sweet smell from that mango tree, that remembers everything that happens in his childhood days. So he feels fresh and it remembers his childhood days. At once he forgets for a moment that he can't climb trees anymore. In spite of his age, he feels him as youth and searches his youth in his old house where he has lost. Dear children, what does the author Ruskin Bond highlight in this lesson? Do you have any idea? Ruskin Bond in this lesson, I can't climb trees anymore, highlights the importance of childhood days in shaping the character of a person. It deals with the wistful memories. Wistful means having or showing a feeling of regretful longing. There's feelings. Wistful memories of the joyful days in the life of a man and his present friendship with a little girl, enabling him to refresh those memories. Do you know about the Parambit Chakra? The Parambit Chakra is the highest wartime gallantry award. Gallantry means bravery, given to soldiers of the Indian Armed Forces for the display of utmost courage and complete selflessness when facing the enemy. Since its inception means beginning, in 1950, 21 fearless heroes have been awarded the medal till January 2019. Among them, 14 have been awarded posthumous, that means after death. Dear children, I hope you all understood the concept. Thank you.